Leo from JDMuscle here. Very quick, hopefully quick, episode on our new shop, and we're installing a new hood today as well. Let me flip the camera around. We literally just got in this week. As you can see, all the mess here. Still got the lift on the floor, waiting for permit. Got our WRX, we call it scoopless. Just getting the warehouse set up here. We moved to this new location, combined. So now a lot of inventory will get fulfilled from this Willow Grove location here. Meaning, it get shipped a lot quicker, arrives a lot sooner to the friends from the East Coast. And also, for people that's nearby, you can actually pick it up the same day as well. Still got a couple more shipments coming in, a bunch of hoods and fenders, bumpers. Like I said, we literally just got in, so there's still a lot of unpacking, setting up going on. We got our 22 bumpers right there. Some of the 15 ones, fenders. So our customer has not arrived yet, but right now his ETA is running a little late. Just trying to get out of here on time, pick up family, etc. on time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a unboxing before he arrives, which is the subject of today. Our V2 hood for the 22 Plus WRX. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a V1 right here, which the customer has, and he's stopping by and getting it swapped out, which I'm gonna clip in some B-rolls once he's here. But essentially, it's gonna be in pretty much very similar design, V1 versus V2, except the fact that we did some minor changes on the vents as well as the scoop, which we'll dive in shortly. All of our hoods will arrive with a crate. So when you take shipment, make sure you have a prior bar. All right, that's pretty much the unboxing. Make sure you have something underneath. In our case, I used the original box that came with it to kind of protect the finish in case the pressure on the scoop causing cracks or something. Today's subject, we have the vacuum fused example. Now note that we do have these in different weaves as well as a dry carbon fiber finish, which will be a lot lighter as well as stronger. Now let's keep the wood on there and take out all these protection here. I'm gonna flip it around so you guys can take a closer look. All right, since we're looking at the backside of it, do note that same as our V1 version, these came with removable rain trays to protect your engine compartments, especially on the driver's side of the battery from all different elements and rain. These has the ducting for the rain and the water to actually go to other spots and drips down. Now, I'm gonna flip it around. Usually I would ask for a helper, but in this case, you can use the wood. All right, as we can see here, very similar design versus our V1, except here we have more of a narrow sets of vents versus the V1. A little more square-ish look, kind of aligns with the overall theme of the VBWX. And also, towards the end of it, you have these nice heat extract vents as another source on top of these to get more hot air out of your engine bay. And boom. Here we go, we got a car right here. Like I said, with our V1 hood, manufactured by JDMuscle. Now we have the two side by side, just to give you an overview. This one has 3 vents versus 4 here. And you can see this one is more square-ish looking, 4 vents. And this one kind of has a more flow going on here. Both with a more aggressive scoop than factory. The V2 is actually slightly taller than the V1, which means better airflow to your top mount intercooler. And plus the rear extracts, it's just gonna make your engine bay a lot happier. All right, now without further ado, let's jump straight to the installation. First, you're gonna pop the hood, bring it right up. These are pre-drilled and transfer over, but for sake of today, since We need to get on the road. We'll save this for later. Basically, unhook this and just 2 bolts here and everything transfers right over. I usually recommend starting with just one side of it, or maybe leave this last and start twisting this so it's kind of a hand tighten so you could take it out easily. We'll leave it on there for now. All right, you want to start off by removing this where you still have support and easy access. And just make sure don't drop the bolts within your engine bay. And this is the 12 mil, in case you were wondering. All right, you can set this aside for now. Now we can move on to losing these bolts as well as here, which you're gonna use a flat hat, insert here. Make sure you have somebody kind of hold the hood now in case it drops. That should be good. And you can just set it on the side. Same thing for the other side. If this drops, don't worry. You just need to insert it back in here. All right, now with your helper over there, kind of hold it. You can start loosening up all the bolts. All right, go one down to the next. Just do the same thing for the other side. All right, you can carefully move it to the side. All right, now I can move over these to which holds the struts. It's gonna be 2 locations down here where you could place these. Depending on how high up you want your hood, pick the one that you prefer. Now, although these has metal threads in there, but these are held on in the fiberglass or carbon fiber, so you don't want to over tighten it. You can put some Loctite so they are locked in place, but a hand snug is more than sufficient for this application here. Now moving on to the other one. It's perfect. Now these may come in a little different depending on the batch. Today I think we have a 10 here, so you're just gonna grab a 10 socket. You wanna use the exact same ones when mounting back to your OEM car. Make sure you have both the washer and the bolt, and move forward to the other side. And now it's a good time if you're running still the top mount intercooler from factory, you can move the shrouds over. Everything is pre-drilled. Just in some cases you might need to enlarge it a little bit for the clip to fit on there, but for the most part it should be okay. But like I said, right now we're just gonna put it on and save that for maybe later. Now with these bolts in hand, we can carefully move the new hood over to the car. And for this round, just make sure you don't over tighten it. We're just gonna put it in, test fit, make sure everything is on point before we do the full bolt on there. And last but not least, make sure you have the latch on. It's pretty obvious, shaped exactly. You have the upside facing this way. And again, you don't want to over tighten this. Just the hand snug will be sufficient. And also these hoods, due to the unknown nature of the material, it is required to run hook pins, even though it utilizes the stock latch. All right, that's perfect. Now with everything installed, plus the shroud, we can move forward to the car. have the 2 bolts and washers in your hand, get a helper, and let's do it. All right, you kind of wanted the hood to kind of lean against you a little bit. Make sure it doesn't rub, because this is like the weak point. You just want to be careful with that location there. Again, hand tighten, don't go all the way, because we want to make sure it's in place. Because you see there's a little wiggle room here for you to dial in the fitment in case you're running aftermarket fenders, or you had a slight fender bender, or because these are handmade products, there might be slight variations between the drilling points. Hence, this extra clearance here give you a little more room in case adjustment is needed. All right, now that I have it hand threaded, I can move on using a tool to kind of speed up the process here. Make sure this surface is completely flat with the hood, and make sure your bolts are not at any angle. It should be a straight and smooth movement going in. All right, now you have it kind of hand tightened. You can put one of these back so it kind of helps you hold the hood while you're working on the other side. All you do is just clip here and it pops straight in. So usually these are pried out because I accidentally lose it. You didn't hear the pop, but now it's in. So this is kind of holding now. We can go to the other side. And I want to do it evenly too. You don't want to tighten one side all the way up. And yes, there's a lot of threads for you to go through, so rest assured it's gonna be a million years before they back out too. But I would recommend, since there's metal threads there, you can add a little Loctite to kind of lock in place. Now these are hand tightened. Let me move this up too. This one's loose, you will actually hear the clip. Yep. There you go. Now with both sides kind of loosely tightened, then go ahead and perform a test. Something for you to pay attention to, those 2 corners, also the sides. Make sure it's not rubbing against anything before you fully commit to it. But for the most part, we should be okay. Yeah, looks like a tight fit. Like I said, there's room for adjustability. We just test fit it. We can move it this side just a tad bit, make it more even on the both sides, although it's pretty tight already. You're just looking for the extra perfection there. Just kind of loose it up a little bit on both sides so you can move it around. Do the same thing for the other side. All right, so we were just a little over there. All you need to do is kind of either push this over or move the hood over this way and just tighten it up. All right, you can keep that side loose for now. Now we can close it up and test again. Once you're happy with the fitment, you can tighten it all the way up. Just make sure don't overdo it. That sums it up for the installation. We'll see you in the next episode.